So much quartz. Unbelievable.
Right there where Justin is. Reed Miller. Pulled out right here in this chamber. See a slusher bucket?
All right,
here?
slusher bucket right there.
This chamber right here in front of you.
Yeah.
1,200 ounces.
Reed Miller pulled that out?
Reed Miller, yep.
Wow. 1,200 ounces. That's pretty
1,200
good.
right there.
That's a nice score.
Yep, he likes doing that one.
Yeah, I'll bet he does. I wouldn't too. That's the way we've been coming from. And
This is a raise.
just peeked in there. And catch up to the guys here.
And it goes almost to the end.
Looks like a chute right there. Or yeah, failed chute.
Yeah.
Ah, got a raise here?
There's a nice big raise right there. See, it's not all scoped out. There's one rib on each side.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a raise. Almost to the 800, but not quite.
Okay, wow.
This is the 1028. And we were mining in here, this was maybe 2 years ago.
In case you missed that, he was saying they were mining here 2 years ago.
Right there. Based on the advice of a geologist. Thank you, Mr. Geologist.
I'm taking it wasn't successful,
Well,
based on your comment
now,
or tone of voice.
we're following that little vein up there.
That one right there?
And we told him we're going to hole through. Yeah, raise I just showed you?
Yes.
See that hole?
Yes. Punch through.
We punched through. And he was surprised. And then he went, and we finally got him to go up the other side. He goes, I guess the old timers got it all. So,
Almost like they knew what they were doing.
yeah, so we were mining up through this.
Wow.
And
How much time did you spend here, would you estimate?
too long. Yeah. So the last round holed through, and we went to the boss and said, "Boss, we holed through. Told you we're going to hold through." And
Sure
okay,
enough.
that's the end of it. So we've since pulled a lot of our equipment out here, and we're back at the 1076.
That's the section that we were just checking out.
Yeah.
And Duane was explaining that this hole down here, that runs all the way to the ballroom.
Yeah. All the way to the other slusher.
And you ran the slusher cable up through there even.
Yeah, right there. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
A couple hundred feet.
That's amazing.
Well, this is a much smaller double drum, but it's still a slusher. Right there.
Oh yeah,
Set up.
it is indeed.
And this one, we were lucky. We were able to bolt it to the track.
Oh, yeah, you're
So you
right.
can see actually there's a stall. So this wood post is going up into the back, holding the front of it down so it doesn't do that flip.
Right.
And then in the back, they were actually able to clamp it so it wouldn't do the back flip like I was
Yeah.
explaining before. It would flip up on its face. Or in the other one, because it had the cables up in the air and they wanted to flip back.
Right, which you obviously don't want.
So that was, see, there's another oiler. We had our drill in here. We pulled the drill out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that actually holds right back through into where we were sitting
Oh, okay.
just a second ago. Yep.
Huh.
See something interesting?
Yes.
See that raise?
Yes.
See that big rock?
Yes.
That's a slab.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Look, see the leading edge right there?
Oh man.
That slab. The slab fell over the hole. Yeah.
That's a good 15 feet across.
Now I don't worry about any rocks coming down.
Not
Because,
from there.
See, it's been sealed off for us. Right?
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool, yeah. Old ore chute right there.
They drifted off just to put the chute in there.
Yeah, that's interesting. pressure dock. Let's put the chute in there if you didn't hear that. Down there.
Look familiar? Look familiar? Come on, Jake. Let me pick your brain.
Is your engine
You know, pump line, Tightner. There it is.
Is this the tightener?
No. This is the pump line from the pump in the Tightner.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, right here. Heading all the way up to the 8 and out.
Wow.
Pretty cool. So if you follow that pump line, you would end up all the way back down there. Which I hate going that way. You don't want to go that way.
What? Is it pretty bad?
It swerves and everything.
Oh, yeah.
It follows all the stopes. It was more of a shortcut to get the pump line closer to the portal and not tying up the whims. Yeah, actually down there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a lot of fun to go that way.
No. An old end dump, we don't use end dumps anymore. Kind of neat. That still runs. Oh, yeah.
That?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
I put air to it and surprised it actually ran.
Interesting.
So, yeah, surprised me too.
Quality craftsmanship, I guess.
Oh, man.
The rock just changed to reddish, but it's probably just dust over the quartz.
There's the base. The base of how things end up where they are.
It's interesting.
I have no idea how these things end up where they are at.
For some reason, this light is just doing wonders for my pictures. I haven't seen that
So anytime you come across anything that looks like this, even though it's on flat ground or up a raise, that was a slusher run.
Yeah.
The dirt gets piled. I was explaining how the dirt gets piled on either side every time the bucket comes down. So the thing is, if there's ore, that ore is still sitting here on either side of the slusher run. Well, then they would muck it down, and you see there's the bucket there, and they were pulling it down to the lower levels.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, that's deadhead right here. But look at the mariposite in the end of that face. Right there. And it's sandwiched in between. Yeah, kind of hard to say what you got there.
Yeah.
But
You see the
there is
mariposa.
hanging wall. There's hanging wall right over your head, right there. That's hanging wall. But I don't know where the foot is here. How deep, where the footwall is.
We were just looking up there. Now we catch up to these guys.
Tightner scopes here.
Yeah, these are all scopes from the Tightner.
These are stopes from the tightener, if you missed that.
This is all the Tightner side.
Is this storage room right here?
That was all part of the 1,000 level off the Tightner.
Slusher bucket.
I'll show you the other side of it.
There's like ad hoc shelving in there or something.
Right there. Those are rotor hammer holes. I pulled a couple ounces out right there. Right there.
Find another thing.
Yep. Right here. And it was right up against this. And it was right on these little carbon seams right here. Got a couple ounces out right there. Right in that little hole.
You got that with the metal detector, you said?
Yep.
Couple ounces.
We
came
drilled
of
it out,
right
and then
here.
we went after it with a rotor hammer.
Huh.
So, right there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, watch your head. Too many people take themselves out on this one right here.
Yeah,
Little gantry crane. All right.
I believe it.
All right. So, there you go. There's the tightener.
Wow.
That's behind you too. That goes all the way down where you were at, standing at the
That
1700
bulkhead
level.
there.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is the tightener running down.
Yep. It was a 2-compartment, so they had one running on each side, 2 skips.
That's awesome.
So that phone line you saw at the 1700,
Yeah.
that's right there. See the blue line going right there?
Ah, okay. He was,
Figured the fastest way was to take it down.
Oh, that must have been fun to run.
he was just saying that's the phone line
Yeah, I
that
got
runs
to do
down
that.
to the 1700. You ran that, huh?
Yeah, got to run that.
That must have been fun getting through all that.
Oh, yep.
Doable though. It's open all the way.
No, no, you can go down to the 13, then we had to cross over, go down another.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So he's just pointing out the rail for
Yeah.
the 2-compartment.
2-compartment, 2 skips.
Two skips ran up and down there.
There's actual airline, and then there's the pump line that you saw
And that's the fun.
all the way down at the bottom. So there's the pump line, and there was an airline,
Oh, wow.
and then one of those was the water.
So that was the,
And this is all 1930s vintage.
wow. That huge pump we saw down there.
Mm-hmm.
The water was getting
That
run
was
out
the
through
water
there.
line right there coming all the way up.
That's incredible. So yeah, air and water there. And one of those connects to that huge pump we saw. Unbelievable. Yeah, just keep it running up. It's nice to have the electric lights.
Lighting through here.
Yeah. Former generates just a little bit of warmth, so he keeps his detector here because he was supposed to be back in here today, but they're doing work for getting ready for the gold mining museum tours. We're probably stuck on the end of a weed here, and I'm down here having fun. Yeah. Okay, here's another one. This is a cover. This is a cover. It's a single drum. It's just a single drum. They'll use that for everything and anything, except, of course, slushing. You have the dual drums. You need 2 cables, one coming, one going.
Yeah.
So, believe it or not, what this one was here, I guess, years and years ago, they ran to a block over here, and if you notice, the track goes downhill, okay? So when they would bring supplies in off the skips down there, they would have to then tug the material uphill back to the 1,000 level.
Yeah.
You notice we just went uphill, okay? So
this would lead back to the tightener here.
yeah, right there. So there's a jack leg, and it had a tugger on it.
Huh.
And we're just making the assumption, because it was always laying there, that they had it mounted here, ran the cable to pull the car back up this track.
Makes
But
sense.
then they were using that one, I guess, well, I wouldn't say recently, but yeah, excuse the mess. We're miners, not housekeepers. So get that so we can get you. There's some water, and I told you there was some water down here at the tightener. You need a drink of water. So we're gonna hop on there.
All right.
We're gonna feed it down to the 1076. Hands and feet.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
That was exciting.
Oh, how did we derail?
We have arrived at the 1064 and got some impressive woodwork here in front of us. You said this was a hopper as well as, what all was this?
Yeah, there's actually a winch.
That's a winch.
Yes, that's beefy. So, I mean, look at that cable. What is that, 1 inch?
Now we're on the back side of that structure.
Let me move the train.
And see it runs up there. Obviously not in a good shape. And as you were saying, so the winds. So it just drops down. It looks pretty messy down there.
It goes to the 1,500 foot level.
It drops all the way to 15.
That's the bottom of the shaft, yeah.
Wow.
But it's one of those you can't get here from there because it's caved in.
Yeah, say it looks pretty messy down
Yeah,
there.
the 1,500's caved in also in multiple spots.
Okay, you're saying that this is the cave, then all this, the 1500 is caved.
But
So
this actually goes straight down to 15. This is open.
what's open?
1064 is open from there to the 15. But if you actually set foot on the 15, you can't get out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. So, but we're not even sure when they actually mined this one. This was part of the Tightner company, so
So it was a while ago.
quite a while ago. So, but I got a special treat for you.
Thought this was already it?
Oh, no.
We just scrambled up from there over this ventilation pipe. And what do you need to get things up and down in winds is a huge winch. Look at this winch. That's unbelievable. I'm glad you're standing next to it, Jake, so you can see how big it is.
And at the controls.
And you can see where the cable ran up and then over through that slot right there.
Lever over here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go take a closer look. Again, this is another one of those things where it's just almost unfathomable that they got this back here. And even, I mean, that's pretty steep. That section right there. So the idea of getting them up,
Yeah.
getting that up is, that's something amazing.
They would have to get a winch up here to winch this up.
Yeah, a winch for a winch. That's pretty solid timber right there.
You know, look above you. See that eye pin? I'm guessing they probably had something to do with positioning it with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just beyond that big timber.
Yeah.
You can see there's a hook.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, they must have used that to hold it in place somehow.
How up did they stope here?
All the way.
All the way.
As far as you want to go. Probably the 250. So, there's an interesting feature. Well, on most of them, you need to know where are you at? Where's the skip at? Chain drive off the main drum to the indicator here. This, if you see, it's actually, I wouldn't say fine threaded. It's threaded rod. So that would spin. And in turn, move the dial indicator, and there's the tip right there. And the dial indicator would then roll back and forth on here. Each one of these indicators, here, here, and here, those are stations. So the operator would just wait for his indicator to line up with one of those. See the little, there's a little point on there. Line up and stop. When they ring the bell, at what particular station, there's I think the 1150, the 1250, and the 15.
On this one?
Yeah, so there's 3 levels down there, and that would probably be here. That would probably be like the 1250 and then the 15.
Yeah, it would correspond to those.
Correspond to those. But I thought it was unique because you could see how that was actually a bearing, and then the chain, and it was timed it just right, and then they put their little indicator clamped up here, and they could readjust the clamps or add more.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And so it would just. Now the one, it's not over. We still have the hoist at the 49 station.
Oh, wow.
And there's a dial indicator at that point.
That's amazing.
But they're still, here it is, the cable's still all spooled up on the, there it is coming off, and it is all spooled up. If you notice, the actual eyelet on the end is right there. So all the cable is actually right now still on the drum because they had the skip in the up position, and the skip's actually sitting right down here on the 1,000 level. So another engineering feat.
Yeah, that is really amazing. We just came from the hoist right there.
It was incredible.
And I've come down to where the skip car is, still sitting there, which is awesome.
So if you had a piece of rock that you just pulled off the 1,500 foot level at the bottom of this, they'd skip it all the way up and dump it in this hopper.
Wow.
Then they'd have to load the cars, and where you just came in, and we got to tram it out all the way back to the Tightner station.
Which is all the way
All the way back.
back there.
Feet.
Thousands of feet there.
Back, dump it in the horseshoe, load the skip it all the way up to the 250, and then they'd have to tram it out almost 3,000 feet just to get to the mill. Yeah, but that's the skip that was laying on there.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I was lucky I didn't have to move that.
That's
I know the
big.
guys that did. They had to move it, so.
Yeah, that is big.
Yeah, so you had to get it up and out. It was already off, but they had to get it all out of the track because they had to rehab all this. This is all new 20-pound rail right here.
Yes, it looks like in pretty good shape.
Yeah. But some of the stuff we came across was pretty old.
Great.
I got to get you to the 1076.
Okay, let's do it.